have been here, it could have been so perfect. If he would have been here at like 12:30,
Yeah.
we could have done it. I don't know why he said that he couldn't. He's so weird.
He's like, I prefer to do it there. I was like, I can meet you at Tecton if you want. He's like, I prefer to do it there. I'm like, okay.
That was just a crazy drive for no reason.
Yeah, cause like first I wasn't entirely sure where to go, and then I found the building, and I'm like, okay, do I go in there? The building was locked, and then like I saw some like guy in the car like waving to me, and I'm like, okay, so I'm just gonna go over there and see who this is, and then I go over there, and he's like, everyone's in the church, and I'm like, I'm here for an interview with Jonathan Clark.
That's so weird. Luckily, everybody knows who Jonathan is, or
I know, or I would,
yeah.
and I didn't have his number, and I could only email him, but he hadn't responded, so I was really lost.
That's funny. Yeah, their church is like right across the street. So they just like, it's weird. They want to have everything there, which is, I don't know why he didn't have me do it in the church, actually. Just pretty stuff in there.
They could have done there.
Okay.
Alright, let me find the questions.
I don't even know how my hair looks, because I haven't done it in like 2 days.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, that's good enough for me.
Okay, we're good. I'm gonna move this over a little bit, actually.
Okay, I fidget, and that's noise, so I'm gonna put it down.
Alright. So, how has 482 impacted your life?
482 has impacted my life in a lot of ways. First, they gave me a voice, and they were people that were there to listen to me when I felt like nobody else was. I went a long time without an English teacher my sophomore year in high school, and I also went a long time without a French teacher. I went a long time without a math teacher. And through all of those vacancies and the periods of time I wasn't learning, nobody in my school really cared. Nobody in my school did anything. They weren't there to listen. But 482 Forward was always the group that was like, you know, you don't deserve this, and there's something that you can do about it. And so they really opened my mind to the fact that I did have power in just being a student and being the person that was being affected. And so they really opened up the social justice world to me, and taught me that the things that I have to say, they matter, and that there's always some type of power that I'll have.
Okay. How has 482 empowered you to use your voice?
They've empowered me to use my voice by really building me up. They've given me a lot of opportunities to speak. I've always been like a writer, and so I write things about how my education has been impacted, but I was really fearful of getting up to speak about it because I felt like I was trying to like attack my school or attack the school system, and that wasn't really what I was trying to do. But through like development and training me to talk to people and helping me storytell, we do this training called Story of Self, and it helps you to develop your own story in a way where people know why your story matters. And so by stuff like that, and then just taking me to Lansing to talk to my senators, and taking me to different places to talk to decision makers, and teaching me what I can do to stand up, I think that all has empowered my voice, and has shown me what I can do to take action in any situation. So not even just in education, but in any instance where I've been taken advantage of, or in any instance where I feel like I deserve better, I know that there's always somebody I can talk to in a way that I can tell my story so people will listen to me.
Okay, as a student, what is your hope for education in Detroit?
As a student, my hope for education would probably be that every student in Detroit had the same education that we see on TV that is expected. I was listening to a documentary the other day where they were saying that a lot of Detroit students feel that the education they got is like what they deserve and is the standard of education. And not until they meet people from outside of the city that don't look like them do they realize that they are below standard, like completely below standard. And so they might get to college and drop out, or they might get to college and flunk out, or they might get to college and just suffer in silence. And so I think that my goal is that every student is educated to the same level, so that we can all compete to the same level and be whatever we aspire to be. And also just that we are treated as equals, that we are treated as if we matter to somebody, because a lot of people they never know what's going to come out of Detroit. And a lot of people, we're treated how we're expected to be, when in reality there are great people. There are business owners that are inside of these schools, and there are people who get 4.0s that don't really equal a 4.0 in another school district, that have the potential to be the next Einstein but wouldn't know it because they have teachers that just don't come to school. And so I think that if we're poured into, people can see the greatness that can come from the city.
What impact has 482 helped you make?
I think that 482 has helped me reach other young people, which is a really big impact, because they're, as a student, you're always told, like, stay in a child's place, that this is something that you don't understand. But in 482 Forward, they taught me that as a student, like, this is my life, and so it's my job almost to fight for the education that I want. And so through that, I've been able to reach other students and, you know, my peers and my classmates, and tell them about the things that they can do and about the injustice that's being done to us, because a lot of people, they really don't know what's going on. They don't know whose fault it is. They don't know why they don't have textbooks or why they're in a class of 45. They just know that they are. And so it's helped me to educate my peers, and also to then spark a fire in them that they want to do what's right, and they want what's right to happen to them. And it all starts by just coming to 482 Forward and learning, like, what's going on.
Okay. Why should parents, students, and residents have a say in education?
I think that Detroiters should have a say in Detroiters' education because it's Detroit's education system, if that makes sense. It's like, if this is the school, these are the schools that we're going to be in, then we should have a say in what's going on, because people that are making these decisions, they have probably never been to Detroit. I remember we went to Lansing this one time. We were talking to them about school closures, and we talked to this one representative, and he was like, have there even been school closures in Detroit in the last 10 years? I was like, yeah, there's been over 100 school closures in Detroit in the last 10 years. And so that is the kind of thing that we're dealing with. People who are making decisions for our district that don't even know what's going on in Detroit, that haven't been to Detroit other than, like, to a Pistons game or something, and that's all they know about Detroit. And so if they're making these decisions and doing what they think is best, what makes best sense on paper, then that's why it's affecting us in this way. But if people that are being affected by these decisions, that have a loyalty to the city, can make these decisions, then that's when we'll actually start to learn and receive the funding that we need, and learn the things that we want to learn, and have better schools, and eat the things that we want to eat, and see what we want to see, and have experiences that we deserve to have, because we know what we need and people from the outside don't. It's just like if somebody that lived in California was telling your mom what she should do to parent you. It doesn't make sense, because they've never been in your household and they don't know. And so it's just like your mom should be telling you what she wants you to do, not somebody from California.
Okay, that's it. So I was thinking of, like, titles of the video, and something that I've noticed that everyone has said in their interview